Oh, hello. 2 minutes in. Welcome back to the what is it? Welcome back to the Obscure Artist. Hope you're all well. It's been a minute. I'm just starting to work on a painting, small painting. I'm not gonna. It's a mess, but it's for a book that I've written. And like I might have mentioned, I was on ChatGPT using that as like a sketchbook, nothing more. I know some people get out of their fucking mind over using it for fucking reasons that are, to be honest, they're nothing to do with nothing, are they? Just silly bullshits. But I used it, and I thought it had a use. But then there's people, you try to explain, yeah, it's like a sketchbook. It's where I, get my idea on a page, and then I can say yes or no to certain aspects of the drawing. And, if you are using a drawing for a painting, for example, like, fleshing out what the finished product might look like, should look like, what you're happy with, what you're not happy with, instead of wasting paint and time and canvas to get there. You can do it in minutes. So it's handy that way. And I recommend you use it, but you gotta use your words carefully in your description. Otherwise, you're gonna get all kinds of fucking nonsense out. Because it's not, intelligence you're dealing with. You're dealing with a program. A language program. It's fairly nifty, but it's no big fucking deal when you think about it. But it's fairly nifty. It's very handy. So I have the image that I was happy with, and now I do a quick mess. Basically, you're mapping your canvas, your space, your structure of the space, what's where. That's already there in your sketch. Now you transfer it to your canvas. You're getting an idea of the atmosphere color wise. It's very simple. It's very it's nearly black and white. So yeah, I'm looking at that now, and it's better already than the fucking. There's more atmosphere in it already. It's like a Hollywood movie poster from ChatGPT, which is cool. Don't get me wrong. But when you paint the fucking thing, it's just better straight away. So I'm hoping this will work out and can be used for the book. The book is nearly finished. The book is maybe 2 chapters off of being finished, 3 tops, and they're not massive chapters. I suspect it'll be done soon, very soon, because I'm biting at the bit. And the reason I hopped on here to do a little chit chat is because I was doing a podcast last night, and it's straight off in an attempt to explain one thing. It's straight off into this next thing I'm about to talk about, which is I'm sure if my buddy Jim was watching this, he'll just say horseshit, all the way horseshit. But I'm gonna say it anyway. Because when I be painting a painting, oh yeah, I know what I was on about. I was on about don't paint over old paintings because you might be embarrassed by them. Because the old paintings are a true representation of you there and then in that moment in time. Now the painting stays the same, but your perception of it changes. Therefore, you may feel embarrassed years down the line when you look at it. You also might see things in it that you didn't see before because you were not ready to see them. You weren't grown up enough to see them, perhaps emotionally, intellectually, whatever. Maybe you weren't crazy enough to see them. So buckle up. Here we go. I'm going to try my best to explain this, because even when I was trying yesterday to explain it, I did feel like it fizzed out very quickly into nothingness, and I was like a goat looking for thunder. So basically, when you work on the painting, now I don't mean like, okay, maybe I do. Maybe you're working on not photorealism, because that's not I don't think that accommodates it, that because it can't accommodate it. It won't. It refuses to, because it's a very technical thing. And there's absolute control of what's going on the canvas there. Whereas when you're painting, a painting will say that's more expression, freer in a sense. Like you could be doing, maybe you're doing a horse, as I might do, or a female figure. But it's the atmosphere, in creating the atmosphere around the main character of the painting, would say. You might do some mad brush strokes and just let loose, get into the zone. To create that atmosphere, that movement, that sense of movement. And you're thinking, great, it's fantastic, I love it, it's beautiful. As is your want to do. And later then, when you're looking at it, and I don't mean like a lot later, I mean like hours later, when you think it's finished, you start seeing things in the background that are more, if you be thinking to yourself, I would anyway. I mean, I'm only giving you my perspective, my experience, in the hope that someone might see this in some time and it might resonate with them. Or maybe they might just say, what is he talking about? But it might resonate with you. And here we go. Here it is. So you might see an array of characters, let's say, that are... It's kind of like, at first, you think you're just seeing shadows. And then you start making out features, and then they're perfect. They're like, fuck, that's so good. If I just highlighted that, get the small brushes out and just maybe outline bits of light here and there and make it pop so it's more prominent, it would be a totally different painting, and it'd be very elaborate painting. And you can't help but think, whoa, wait a minute, where the fuck did this come from? Because it is so defined once you're looking at it. Once it gets your attention and then you start looking at it, it's like it leads to another, and you're like, whoa. It's like someone switched on the light. So now your main character is just, it's not important, it's not great, it's not... I think the main character becomes the evidence of you getting in the way. Do you know? And this is where I was... This is getting fucking technical now. In my own head I can see it, and it's like a computer game. But what I maintained was that you're doing the work, okay? You're bringing it to the reality that your body is in, but it's coming from you elsewhere. So if you can imagine, those cubes, and this is already fucking hurting my head. So basically, you're an avatar, if you think of it this way. It's the only way I can explain it. I'm not saying that is the case. I'm saying this is the best way I can explain it from what I see in my head. So you're an avatar in a game that you're playing, that you made, that you've chosen. And you're playing within an environment that you've created for whatever reasons. Maybe you're having difficulties with getting to all these levels because of your own reasons. So you've designed this to train. And that's where you exist. And when you go to paint, say, when you get an idea, something just catches your breath. And you're thinking, fuck, she's pretty. Or, my God, you see that landscape? Or you hear a song or an action is witnessed and it hits you. And you think, I got to do a painting. And you start. And I think that's the hook for you to commit to the action of painting. Now, while you're singularly painting visually that what you think is the thing you should be painting, there's a lot of canvas around it for a reason. It's not like by chance. There's no such thing as by chance. Everything has a calculated fucking reason for being, I think. So while you're painting your masterpiece in the middle of the canvas or slightly off center of the canvas or whatever the fuck you're doing, all your broad strokes and whatnot are where the real painting is happening, where the real communication, if you will, fitting word I would say, is happening. That's why I always maintain that we're conduits. Those who paint and draw and those who even do music, they're doing it on a different vibration. So it's, while you're doing the action of the painting, focused on this in the middle, we'll say, that action is similar, if you will, to a sculptor removing all the excess mass from the block of wood or marble or whatever. But you think you're getting to your, you think all the bits that are coming away are your painting. But your painting is obviously what you end up revealing and working. But you don't see that. You just see the pile of chips on the floor. You think, yeah, that's lovely. That's great. Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'm going for the lunatic.
Uh-huh.
Junior will be here in half an hour.
Okay.
Are you doing your podcast?
I'm doing an art podcast.
I'll just be on the... where you have only half an hour.
I know. It's not a long one.
Just have something set up.
I'm fine.
Bye.
So it's not the chippings on the ground. It's what's left. So when you're painting the painting, the you, okay, is using this little doll to paint the painting. But because of your awareness, you're excited about the painting. You think that's what you're painting. But in actual fact, you are, when you're painting in your background, in your atmosphere, and your light and dark and all of this, there's more thought going into that on a subconscious level than what's going into the focal point that you think you're painting, I think. Are you following this? Am I fucking following this? So that's what I was trying to say. And it started me thinking then with all the talk about, what was this theory that was going around, living in a simulation theory. It's kind of makes sense in that respect. It's like if you have... How can I fucking explain it? I should probably try painting the idea down, but it's basically that. I mean, it's... Imagine a pulse of light, and it's feeding a beam of light to a lesser light source on the other side of a pane of glass. And then that is what's going... There's like a hair strand of that light going on to what you think you're doing, while the rest of the light flooding the canvas is what you're actually doing, but you're unaware of the fact until later on, because that's when you'll grow and you'll evolve because of all the other things that you're probably at, which will feed your mind. And it's basically the subconscious is just taking you by the hands and trying to say, come on, you can do it, you can do it. Because when you start seeing, I mean, it's not every painting, obviously, because sometimes you paint for the sake of painting, just to keep the mechanics of it going. Usually when you're on the verge of burnout, hello, and you can't paint for whatever reason, you start fucking around. But this is the thing you can miss terribly when you actually experience it and you work it, and then you start seeing the things. When you start seeing the things, sometimes it's very... it's like classical Greek goddesses and shit. But then there's others, and they're more like fucking goblins and shit. I don't know what to tell you. It's quite a thing. And it makes me look at everything twice now, even 3 times. Even now, just doing these simple things, I'm looking at it and I'm, expecting something to come true. Is that weird to say? Even as I said that, it sounds like I'm at a seance or some shit. But even the painting I did a painting called, I don't know what I call it, Blackbird Podcast, we'll call it, okay? It's the painting for the Blackbird Podcast. And when you're looking at the bird in the middle of the painting, there's this fucking twisted face in the body where it meets the wing. Twisted face is the wrong word. It's like a face with a mask. Not a mask. Like a Batman job. And then also in the background of it, there's more faces. There's faces everywhere. It's like a fucking audience of a sort. Some of them are cool. There's a lot of nude women as well. I don't know, is that just because I'm a man and I, like looking at beautiful women or what? But they come through. But mainly, it's the fucking, when you're looking at them and they're so defined. They're so finished. You just know that wasn't an accident. You just fucking know. There's intelligence to it. There is. So that's a thing I'm chasing at the minute. These fucking flies. It's very hot here today, and I've locked myself in here for this 20-minute chat, and these buzzards are buzzing. But so what do you think? Do you have this? Some people will learn a new word and understand the word, and yet then they misuse the word. Like there's a word which I completely forget. They use it for, when you see shapes in clouds and stuff, or in trees, like a full-bodied leafy tree. You think you can see like a cartoony dog fucking head or something, or in the clouds you can see whatever you want to see. It's not that, I can assure you. I can absolutely assure you it is not that. This is too, there's, on some of them there's like, it could be a shaded area of, what would you say? Of a torso. And for whatever reason, if you look into the shades, and because, you don't want just black and white, you want to have all sneak colors in there and the right light and the right way you look at it, it comes alive or something. But you can see a fist of characters. It's like there's a scene there. And it could be Oriental. It could be like Van Gogh's fucking Potato Eaters. That kind of dark, depressing shit. But mainly it's a trip. Okay? And I think the whole point of you want to paint what you want to paint. I want to paint my horses, but at the same time, I want to paint everything else. Don't want to be fucking tied down to shit. But then you're conflicted by it. And now when you see these things, it's like, am I just that bored? Or have I lost my fucking mind? Or should this be pursued? Should I just go and do whatever I'm going to do, be happy out about it, with the understanding that it's not finished when you think it's finished, and just put it aside for a few weeks, few months, keep checking in on it, keep having a little sit down and a stare. And when you see the things that you see, then you should act on it and bring them out and just say what will be, will be. And I've been threatening to do it for donkey's years, but for whatever reason, sometimes they're just too absurd. And you don't know why you'd be doing them. I say you don't know, but I'm sure on some level you do know because you have painted them. So this is why my brain spills over into things such as the simulation theory, because you can find parallels. And then there's the other one, the multiverse theory. It's like, we're all dreamers in a dream. Are we all living like infinite lifetimes at the same time, and just subtle changes? And, decisions like here, I wish I went and spoke to so-and-so that day. Maybe in that life you did go on that day and talk to so-and-so. Those subtle changes. And maybe when you dream, you're dreaming as one. That's why you think you've been somewhere. You probably have, but in a different world. Because we think of it as like, you need a rocket ship to go over there. Where that's not the case. Perhaps it's just because the human body is a mystery. In this day and age, it's a fucking mystery. It's a complete mystery. Nature is a complete mystery. Although I suspect the knowledge was there and it was taken. And, so they could fuck around. And when I say they, I don't mean anyone intelligent. I mean cunning, criminal-minded individuals. That's what I mean. Who love nothing more than to fucking tiny-minded, tiny vision. Just destroy everything else for their what they think is a super gain. It's nonsense. But that's a different podcast, as I keep saying. So it's like you can have the dream. You know, sometimes you wake up and you think that was so real, and you want to paint it, but you don't paint a photograph. You're painting an essence of it, the nature of it, the sense of it, the feel, the smell, all of that, the fear, the joy, all of it. And at the same time, you don't know what the fuck you're painting, because you haven't got that visual reference that you may be feeling like you've been conditioned to do. Because let's be fair, the art world is fucking fakes. It's bullshit. It is. And I think the more artists who just get on and get a day job that they're, that they can tolerate or that they even enjoy, and still afford them to paint whenever they want, as long as they want, on any one painting, because that's success today. Because everyone wants a quick fix, no fucking explanation, and they're getting fucking dumb. Whereas if you go introspective, it's not like you're in an echo chamber. You're really not. If you're going to be truly curious and follow the whole thread, it kind of hurts your head, and then you start seeing parallels, other things that you reach out and you research, and then you think, you're right or you're wrong, or it's interesting, because I don't think you're allowed to ever completely understand. So it's kind of what they say, it's the journey, not the destination. It's kind of a bit of that to it. And then in looking at it that way, you get a sense of freedom. You know what I mean? You don't give a fuck what anyone says, because you know that what you're after is so much bigger than they can possibly put a price on to make you forget it. It's not worth it. It's like, once you see it, you can't unsee it. I just thought I'd say that, and it's been a while, but I've been coming up with stuff, well, not coming up with stuff, but reflecting on stuff such as this. And I've been terribly busy lately, so I have been neglecting a bunch of stuff, putting everything on hold, and I'm trying to catch up now and make the time. So yeah, I said I'd start with that, because like I said, I'm nearly finished the book. My first ever book. I can barely fucking spell. My grammar is non-existent, but you plod on and you try to get it out and get it on the page, and it's quite the experience. I say my first book. It's the first draft of my first book, but I have friends who are helping me out, editing and stuff, and proofreading and correcting and da-da-da-da-da. And they just want to get it out, done and dusted. So we'll have that tangible object, the book. And that could act as an encouragement to just, give you that bit of, certainty in doing more. I even got a typewriter. I can't type for shit. But it's all learning. It's all fun. I say fun. It's just invigorating. It's invigorating. I'm liking how that's looking, I should say. I tried really hard not to swear in these last 20 minutes. But hey, well done me. So look, if you're thinking like this at all, let me know, please. I'd like to talk to someone else who's thinking that way instead of poo-pooing it. You know what I mean? It's worth exploring, and I shall definitely explore. I've no other choice in the matter. I'm afraid it's dominating my mind when I go painting. I mean, I started this one here and I was thinking, okay, I was structuring it as I wanted for the book cover. The print will be put in with a computer later. That's irrelevant, but it's the image that I was trying to get started at least today. And somewhere along the way, when I'm just blending in, I'm thinking, I wonder what I'll see in this letter, if anything at all. But every time you start the painting, it's there. So then you end up doing shit like this. Just there'll be no chance of it here, surely. So yes, that's what we will be trying to do. We'll be trying to do that. But don't be afraid of using ChatGPT for an image. I mean, it's a sketchbook. Think of it that way. It's only helping you to get... I mean, I say sketchbook. If you describe it the way you want it, and you find you're getting it, then you go to your sketchbook and you sketch it. But you do you with it. And it comes out and you get there faster. That's all I'm saying. And if you've a problem with that, go fuck yourself. I don't care. So I'm going to go back to that. I must get something done for this podcast soon. I'm going to do stuff. I'm not going to say shit now because I might be a liar. So I go do that now. I must finish this guy and I must do other stuff. So keep painting or playing music or writing or whatever it is you do. Get your creative buzz on and enjoy it and persevere, people. Persevere. It'll be worth it someday. It's probably worth it already, isn't it? So go on. Enjoy your creative endeavors and enjoy the sunny weather we're having. It's awesome. So until the next time, I will say goodbye. Bye-bye.